Hey y'all, that's my best friend Janelle.
And that's my best friend Shenielle.
Today we have another story time for you. I think story times are absolutely my favorite.
Yeah, and this one is only Shenielle's. I don't have no stories like this.
Well, what we're going to be talking about today is getting caught skipping school.
And I never got caught skipping school.
So I want you guys right now to smash that like button if you have gotten caught in school before. Getting caught skipping school. Sorry, gotten caught in school. Okay.
I got caught in school a lot because I was actually there.
Mm-hmm. I was there too. It was just this time in my life. At the time, a really good friend of mine, I actually consider her my best friend at the moment.
At that time.
At that time.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, at that time, in the moment in time.
I'm trying to ask Shenielle and Sian if they've watched You, the Netflix series. And I'm like, have you seen You?
Me? You?
You.
Who, me?
Have you seen You?
In the mirror?
Have you seen me?
By the way, if y'all have not seen You,
You Can't Talk. It's an amazing series. Watch the series. Shenielle is so lame. Don't ever take advice from her on what to watch.
oh, plus, please, I be putting you on. Don't even hate.
She'll be like, let's watch Moana, guys.
Yeah! You know, Moana is an awesome movie. Anywho, so today I wanted to discuss with you guys the time I had gotten caught skipping school. So, my current husband and I, at the moment he was my boyfriend, we had been planning like weeks in advance, like what we're gonna do, how we're gonna meet up, and X, Y, Z. So now finally the date was here, and
For the first time.
no, this
I'm
wasn't.
asking.
No, it wasn't the first time. It was just like like I finally.
Just seeing him again.
Yes. I was waiting at the bus stop. He did not show. So I had to make sure I went to go hide, because if I were the only person staying at the bus stop, my mother would be passing by and see me still standing up there where there's nobody else. The bus already came and gone. I wouldn't be here today. So I walked over to Janelle's house and I said, hey, Jay.
We take the bus together.
Yes. So obviously this was before her bus. I had called him, and my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, oh, give me a moment, I'm not there. So I said, you know what, let me just be more safe than sorry. So I went to Janelle's house and I asked her, I said, hey, can you do me a favor? And she was like, what? I was like, well, I need to skip school because Sien's gonna come pick me up and we're gonna go here, there. And she was like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna do that. And I was like, well, can I stay in your house? And she was like, bitch, what? And I was like, yeah, you know me, Janelle. I'm not going to take nothing. I just need to be here. I'm going to lock your door. And I'm going to take the key. I'm going to put it under the mat. You'll be good. And she was like, and I was like, please, like, don't do this. At that point, I'm like, yo, don't cock block, And so she was like, well, I don't feel comfortable. She said that. She's like, I don't feel comfortable, but here. And make sure that you lock up. Make sure you put the key X, Y, Z. And I was like, bet. You the bestest, right? No. So what ended up happening?
Excuse me, I was the bestest.
Yes, yeah. But I'm saying like everything wasn't like in line the way that it should have been. Cause I got caught, y'all. So at this point, I'm blowing up my boyfriend's phone. Where are you? He was getting a ride.
You have to backtrack, first of all. The reason that I was uncomfortable, first of all, is because of who you were with.
I mean, at that point, though, we were still good.
You were still good.
Okay. Yeah.
I was good with her for like a week. I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah?
I wasn't good with her. I was like, okay, I feel bad for you. Hang out with us. And then like after like a week or two, it was like, oh, that's what you're doing? That's what you want?
Well, she should have told me. She was like,
I'm not that person. That's what you should have said in the, when we were talking about it. I'll let you see for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I saw for myself.
Anyway,
I'm sitting on Janelle's bed. And mind you, her room at the time is in the front of the house. So the window
facing the drive.
Is facing the driveway. I am there calling my man. He's not picking up. The ride is being late, XYZ. So I'm just like, on eggshells waiting. And
I took my happy ass to the bus
yes,
stop
she
and
surely
to school.
did. Yes, she surely did. So I heard a car pull up. Who is that but my man? So I proceed to open the blinds. Who do I see but her mother's vehicle? So I quickly close the blinds. I look at my friend and go, Janelle's mother's here. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, her mother's here. What are we going to do?
My mom was supposed to be at work working a 12-hour shift. So she had left from like 6 something in the morning, expecting her to get home around like 7 something in the evening. It's now, what, like 9 o'clock?
Yeah, it was still early.
Yeah.
In the morning. It was even 9. I think it was more like 8 something. Like, it was still hella early. And she was like, yeah, mom already left for the day. I'm good. And I'm like, all right, well, just let me stay here. No one's going to be here. We're going to be good. Like, I'm going to lock up. Everything's going to be fine. So her mother comes in. You know where my behind was? I was on the side of her bed, covered up with sheets and pillows. And I heard her mom comes in. Her mom was like, Janelle! Her mother's like, Janelle! And I'm like, oh. I didn't say nothing. I thought she would come in the room. My heart is like beating.
Because my mom knows her mom.
Okay, then. So I'm like, I was trying to, do I leave? XYZ. Janelle has alarms in her house. So if I open the door, it's going to beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. So I'm like, well, maybe she didn't see me. So I'm hearing all different things. I don't know where her mother is or what's going on.
And it's the both of them.
Yes, 2 of them.
Crouching down.
And let me tell you this.
On the side of the bed.
The other girl
was always big.
She's a heavyset girl. And the clearance between the bedside was like that. So it was like her on one side and I'm on the next side. We're just like looking at each other just.
That's so awkward.
Yes. You don't want to breathe on each other because, Needless to say, I hear her mother walking towards her room and she's like, Janelle. She opens the door. Janelle's not in the room. Janelle's even on the bed. So she's like, Janelle? And she goes over to the side, Janelle, what are you doing home? And she's looking and she's like, Janelle. Chanel? What are you doing in here? And I'm like, Miss Debbie, I'm so sorry. I had this kid's cool. She was like, now, if you know a Jamaican parent, okay? If y'all know a Jamaican parent, her mom was like, yeah. And her mother has always been nice and so, like, calm-spoken, like she wasn't that day. Like, I got a piece of Janelle's. She was like, Janelle, what are you doing in here? I'm going to call your mother. And I'm like, Miss Debbie, please. Don't call her. Don't call her because you see, like, my mom's going to beat me.
Meanwhile, you cut to the classroom at like 10 o'clock in the morning. My hoodie's up. I'm just chilling on the desk. I know nothing. And I have no clue.
And she goes, where's Janelle? And I'm like, oh, Janelle went to school. Janelle went to school. And you, Chanel, skipped school in my house. Yes, Miss Debbie. No, sir. This doesn't make no sense.
I feel like I would have been the same, though, as a parent. I'd have been like, what?
Of course.
Don't BS me. Where is my child?
Exactly. No, but she knew you were in school. She didn't believe you?
No, she believed me, but I feel like my first reaction to that would have been like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, why would you be here, but she's not here? Like,
she went to
where
school?
is she? Like, stop.
She went to school.
Yeah.
I think her mother dropped me off at school. She took me to school, and she dropped me off. And while I was in the car, I was like, Miss Debbie, please, I'm begging you, don't tell my mother, because my mom will beat me. And she was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I was like, okay. Let me tell you what my mother did. Yeah, I got my butt whooped at home. I surely did. I got it handed to me several times. And
I didn't get whooped, but I got some heat for it. She was like, yeah, people in my house, and they give him a key, and how you know what them doing with the key, and you just leave the people them in it. And I was just like, but I was at school though.
It should out.
But like, I did what I was supposed to, but my house key. And I was like, but like, we good though. Like, it just smelled and like, you know, everything in your house. And I was at school. Like, let me reiterate, I was where I was supposed to be. And I think she actually took my house key from me after that. It was not for long. Nothing ever lasted long with my mother. Punishment to like for me with my mom, not my dad, but with my mom was like she'd get upset and then like 2 days later she'd forget about it and then you just go back to normal. But yeah, I think she took my house key from me because she was just like, oh, you want to give me my house key? Give me my house key.
Yeah, that really happened. And then I went home and I tried to lie to my mother. My mom was like, oh.
She was like, no, Miss Debbie, come back.
Yeah.
She's okay.
Yeah, she's really nice. She's not going to do nothing. My mom was like, so, how was school today? Made me a nice dinner and everything. And I'm like, school was awesome, Mom. And she was like, yeah. What did you do? I was like, oh, there was just so much stuff we were learning. Quadratic fractions and math. And we were learning about the solar panels. They weren't even existed back then. Solar panels is this new thing we're discussing in science. Yeah? Well, I got a phone call from Miss Debbie today. And if you know my mother, she got them crazy eyes. And I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, funny. Because she said she found you in her house. Yeah, if y'all want to hear that story, go to our girlfriend breakup video for
the continuation of that story.
Yes.
But this part is just about getting caught skipping school.
Yes.
Which I never did.
And
that's why it's school.
Yeah. And it's forever etched in my brain. So all my young family and friends and YouTubers, don't skip school. Stay in school. Get your education. Because you never know if your friend's mother's going to be in the house. I'm just saying. So that kind of sums up my story time of getting caught skipping school.
Yeah, that was a good one. We tell that story to this day.
To this day. Yes. Okay. So I want you to like, comment, subscribe. I want you to share the video. And I want you guys to comment down below. Like, have you gotten caught skipping school? And like, are you planning on skipping school? Like, don't do it unless it's your skip day. Like, I mean, you at least need to have one.
I mean, yeah, senior skip day was that day.
Yeah, like, you know.
You know, I never really skipped school, like, to skip school. I skipped school when I felt like I need this day for myself. And, like, I don't know, I would either pretend to be sick or I would be like, all right, today is that day when I need to get out. Let's go to the beach. Let's go sit down at McDonald's. Let's go to the pool. Like, I didn't skip school for no, I don't know, real reason. It was like, I need this day. It's a mental health day.
Yeah, I skipped for my man.
Come back next week, either Wednesday or Thursday.
So you can see a beautiful...
I need you to stop singing. Yeah, come see us. All of that and all of that.
Our beautiful faces.
Oh, dear God. That's our best friend, Shenielle.
And that's my best friend, Janelle.
And she got her ass whooped.
Yeah, I did.
Bye.
Real good.
You?
You.
Me?
No, you.
No, you.
Me.
Me?
Mm-mm.
No. What?
Okay.